the game as DLC. So here are the top 10 things I would like to see added to Super Mario Maker in no particular order. I want checkpoints. Please, dear God, add checkpoints, Nintendo. There are levels out there that need them. Even the original Super Mario Bros. Had them. It really sucks to make it all the way through a long, tough-as-nails level, only to eat it at the very end and have to redo the entire thing. I would bet that more often than not, most people actually end up quitting the level instead of trying again. Now I do realize that adding checkpoints would complicate things a bit, as it would require creators to use them to beat the level a second time to ensure that the level can still be beaten from the checkpoint, but that's a small price to pay to make levels even more accessible. I want slopes. Slopes have literally been in pretty much every Mario game except the first two, so why aren't they in Super Mario Maker? Even the Mario Maker stage of Smash Bros. Has them. It will go a long way making courses feel more organic and natural, as well as enabling you to adjust altitudes without requiring people to jump. I want more level themes. Okay, so to be fair, Mario Maker already has most of the basics covered, if we're talking about the original Super Mario Bros. But where are my desert, beach, snow, jungle, and mountain levels? How am I supposed to recreate Delfino Plaza without a beach theme? Although, what good would a beach theme be without water? Which brings us to... I want the ability to add water anywhere. Ever since Mario 3, Mario levels have featured a mix of ground and underwater gameplay, so it's a little annoying that in Mario Maker you can only create levels that are either completely dry or completely submerged. So I think the developers should either make water a tileable surface like ground, or simply allow you to adjust the height of the water level for the entire stage. I want more power-ups. Now don't get me wrong, I love that the Super Leaf is here, but where are the rest of the Mario 3 power-ups? Like the Frog Suit, or Hammer Suit. Hell, why can't I shake the Super Leaf to make it a Tanuki Leaf? And it's not only the Mario 3 power-ups that we're missing. Like, where's the Squirrel Suit from New Super Mario Bros. U? Did anyone really want the propeller cap instead? I want more variations for, well, everything. I love how you can shake enemies to get different variations, but most enemies only have 2 at most, and I want more. So I would love it if I could keep shaking the Koopa Troopas to make them different colors, like in Mario World. And side note, why doesn't Yoshi gain special abilities after eating a shell this time, again like in Mario World? And speaking of Yoshis, I wish I could shake them too for different colors. Same thing with pipes. I'm getting kinda sick of just having green pipes everywhere. And better yet, maybe different colored pipes could have slightly different attributes, such as spitting out enemies at different intervals. I would love it if I could have a pipe on screen that spat out a power-up every 20 seconds instead of every 3. And not to get too carried away, but it would be awesome if you could have pipes expel more than just one thing. Like if I create a really long pipe, it would be cool if I could fill it up with a sequence of different enemies, then have them pop out in that same order before repeating. Oh, and do you know how you can give a mushroom to a hammer brother and it changes him into a sledge brother? I want more of that. Why can't I drink a fire flower onto him to make him a fire brother instead? Or onto a chain chomp to make it a flame chomp? Or maybe I could drink a boomerang onto a hammer brother and turn him into a boomerang brother. Wait, what's that? You're saying there's no boomerang in the game? Well, now might be the perfect chance to bring the boomerang suit from the 3D games into the 2D ones. Hell, Mario could even use a boomerang in the Game Boy Advance version of Mario Bros. 3, so it's not that far out there. Although, speaking of far out there, I want Super Mario Bros. 2 as a game thing. It just seems a little bit unfair that it's only classic console Mario game not represented here. Yeah, I know, it's almost different than the 2D platformers, but that's all the more reason it should be here. And honestly, the game isn't that different. Mario still runs and jumps after all, and even picks up things like he can in the later games. Hell, the bomb enemy that's already in Super Mario Maker actually first appeared in Super Mario Bros. 2. So really, they're like 90% of the way there already. And the developers would really only have to tweak a few things in order to make the game blend in, such as having the question blocks become the sprouts that you pluck from the ground. Although I should mention that even those appeared in the Super Mario Advance version of Mario Bros. 3. Plus, it would just be really fun to play with Super Mario Bros. 2's unique gameplay mechanics like the super jump you get for crouching, or the ability to ride enemies around. And on that note, I would love to see how these enemies would have evolved had they appeared in the other Mario games as well. Like the Shy Guys and how they became more humanoid in the spin-off Mario games. And likewise, it would be fun to see how classic Mario enemies, like the Goombas, appear in the Super Mario Bros. 2 style. Oh, and side note, one of the semi-solid platforms could totally be a whale. Yes, a freaking whale. Come on, Nintendo, make it happen. Now, regardless of whether Super Mario Bros. 2 makes it into Mario Maker, which is something Super Mario Maker kind of lacks. I mean, you really only need to get to the flagpole, and there's really no reason to go off the beaten path. Which is why adding locked doors would be player from proceeding than the jerry-rigged P-switches and blocks that so many people already use as a solution. And I don't think the idea is really that far out there, because even though keys first appeared in Super Mario Bros. 2, they also appeared in Super Mario